What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And former Tennessee volunteer quarterback Nico Iamaleava may have a new home back in his home state of California. Nothing's been confirmed just yet, but we're going to talk about how we got here in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the channels on YouTube if you have not already done so. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. Here we are now, week later, almost a week, where the Tennessee Volunteers basically said, Mr. Iamaleava, your services are no longer needed. Head coach Josh Heupel would say that he would not show up. He didn't show up for spring training and then the spring game last week due to a contract issue. According to reports, Nico and his agent, his agents, I should say, because his father is part of a group, according to reports that they went to Tennessee and said, hey, we want a little bit more money than the $2 million that we are getting under this NIL contract that Nico actually signed his senior year in high school. He was a 5-star quarterback recruit out of California. He wanted $4 million. Tennessee said, no, we're not doing that. Nico would not answer texts or return phone calls from his head coach. And then that's when the divorce happened. So on Wednesday, Nico decided he entered his name into the transfer portal. There was some schools that, according to reports, that was interested, but they would kill that report. Oregon said no thanks, but no thanks. Colorado with Coach Prime said no, we good over here. So now the one school that they're tying Nico to is UCLA, and according to reports that the money that he would get with his NIL contract with them would be slightly less than the $2 million that he was making with Tennessee. Now again, this is all being reported. None of this has been confirmed. But again, Iamaleava was making around $2.2 million on his contract with Tennessee, and he wanted that to be increased. So here we are. A lot of people was thinking that this young man would probably not garner any interest in the transfer portal. Matter of fact, a Power 4 general manager told ESPN earlier in the week that there was a zero market for his talents, and he was said that most colleges probably would want to shy away from him. Well, that is not the case. UCLA seems to be the front runner to bring the former Tennessee volunteer quarterback back home to his home state of California. Now he's a redshirt freshman. He was a redshirt freshman, this year. He's heading into a sophomore year. He did guide Tennessee to the college football playoff. He threw for 2,616 yards through the air. He had 19 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Again, Nico Iamaleava is testing his NIL waters. And here is the slippery slope that we're playing now with this NIL and the contracts. Again, I'm all for players getting paid. Let me make that perfectly clear. I'm all for college athletes, men and women, getting paid. But once you set your John Hancock on a contract, you should abide by that contract. I get it. It's the American way. If you feel like you've performed or outperformed your original contract, you want more money. I get that. But he didn't outperform his deal. He passed for 2,616 yards, 19 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But Tennessee, in the last couple of those games, he didn't even throw for 200 yards. So I think for what his production had been, I think the $2.2 million contract that he originally signed was adequate. And plus, that deal, according to reports, could have increased to around $10 million over the life of it if he would have stayed at Tennessee all 4 years. So here's the slippery slope that we're going to be playing with this NIL. I think they're going to have to create some sort of commission to govern what players can do for his contracts. Make sure all the writing is in there that, if you want more money, you gotta meet performance incentives. Then you can't negotiate until the following year, or you got to sit on that contract for 2 years. Then we'll come back your junior year and negotiate. I just think this is going to be pretty tough. Again, all these schools and all their collectives they can kind of pay these guys how much money they want. But again, the athlete has to honor his contract at the end of the day. That's my thoughts on that. I'd like to know what you guys think of this latest with Nico Iamaleava, possibly headed to UCLA. Talk to me in the comments. Tell me what you think of the NIL. I am Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.